Welcome to Thirsty Thursdays once again. I am R2K.
I'm Robert Keys. I am his younger brother.
It's another beauty day on the prairie, I must have to say, and thank you for joining us for a ice cold brew.
This is our first week of beginning this Thirsty Thursdays, and so what we thought is the way to start out, let's just pour a cup. And as we do this,
You do the honors.
Sure.
You do the honors.
but as we do so, feel free to join in, because, I mean, we're not live. Clearly, we uploaded this video, so kick back, relax. You can pause this video, go get a drink, and come back. We'll be right here. And then once you come back, pour a drink with us. Let's kick back, relax. That's the Thirsty Thursdays.
Watch him pour. Watch him pour. He's going to make it. I don't know how many times you pour. Oh, there it goes. So, yes, we are representing Battle Axe, the movement. Shout out to Rocco. Much love to the boss man. You know, like we said prior to all of this, that we're going to bring in some guests, but for the next little while here, you just get to know me. So, what do you want to know there, brother?
Let's get a sun chair back.
Yeah.
Let's see. The intro to the whole thing could be the intro of R2K.
What up? What do you want to know?
I said the intro to R2K.
Oh,
So let's start
it's
with
good.
that.
It's good brew. No, R2K. Okay, what does that stem back to? Probably
Your initials would...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there you go. So, obviously R is for Richard and K was for Keys when I was younger. And my hockey number playing hockey in both Cutknife and Wilkie with a merged team to Unity was 2. So I hold that number dear. So I always, being the young punk that I was like, well, it's R2K, like Richard to the Keys, you know. And then well, that's good TV or radio or whatever we're doing here. That's good podcasting.
There you go, yeah.
Phone's on. No,
You just won $1,000.
yeah, but Shopkins dollars. That's what happens when you have kids. No, so anyways, R2K, it stems from Richard to the Keys, hockey number. But as it come full circle here with my re-emergence into doing my music and with my brother, I think it's better recognized, and I want to stand behind this statement more so than anything. It's Robert and Richard, 2 R's to the Keys, because we both have the last name Keys. So I'm going to stick with that meaning now on. But now you know the origin and what it means today. So
There's a part 1 and a part 2. So, how about where we grew up?
where did we grow up? You know, big shout out to the Oilers and all you Saskatchewan people who I love dearly. Let's go Eskimos, this is the year. I'm sorry. Your team ain't looking too fine. But anyway.
Yeah,
I'm
the
an
Oilers from
yeah.
2007 to 2016.
We don't talk about
Yeah, those are...
We don't
That's the lost tapes.
No, that's the lost team. Yeah.
This will be like... Our lost tapes will be like week 1 to week 30. We won't ever talk about these ever again.
So, what was I getting at? Yeah, born in Edmonton. We were all, myself, my sister, my brother, born in Edmonton. Wasn't until I was about 9 years old, I have to say. Moved out to Cutknife because Dad needed a new job, and this spur of the moment started all over. Uprooted the family, started all over with a new home, everything got regrassed, and there was a big change for myself because I went from like city in Clareview, Edmonton. Shout out to the Brothers Grimm up in Beverly, not far away. That's where my family grew up, my dad's family. But anyway, you know, started out there, came out here, and like I did a good solid 10 years of growing up here, cutting my teeth in the knife, and you know, that's when I got into the hip hop thing and the skateboard thing and everything else that goes with it, and moved up to Saskatoon and did my 10 years there, becoming the carpenter and the site superintendent that I am for a general contractor today. But, you know, you always go back home to your roots, and this truly is home. Although I'll always be an Edmonton fan when it comes to sports, Cutknife is home, Saskatchewan's home. I love the people, love the atmosphere. I love how we've frozen that part of time where people still care in this world, because it's far and few between.
Yeah. When you talk about leaving and coming back, I mean, I did it, and a lot of the backsport guys that we're all kinda,
there's a big
Yeah.
chunk of us actually back in this town that are
Division
Battle
leader.
Axe warriors. Yeah, the division leader from, you know, guys like Colton, even Stapley down the road. Jody lives down the road too. We all live just literally down the road. And my phone keeps going off. Anyway, yeah, so the biggest thing that we're trying to do for the Back Score movement is we're giving back to our community. Colton's been doing lots with the museum, and we all got kids coming up, a lot of 5 to 1 year olds. We want to make this town survive, and that's the goal, and to thrive at North Battleford and Unity too. And you know, a lot of good family there, friends, Back Score family.
Let's go back to how when you first moved to Cut Knife and meeting all the guys that are now in Backsword, like
Yeah,
Josh,
no
Jody,
kidding.
Colton.
Oh, Josh! You want to talk about how I met Josh?
He'll be a guest
That
in
is
the
so
very
deep.
soon future, I believe.
That guy's needed a haircut since he was 9 years old, I'll tell you that. But no, Josh's dad worked across the road from where my dad worked. And I just moved to this town, and being the 9-year-old, I'm on my bike every day with the Gretzky card stuffed in the spokes, not knowing what it's worth today. Just kicking around town, and I just happened to cross paths with him. We're both hitting up our dads for change for the arcade. Then go hit that Mortal Kombat, you know what I'm saying? And
Back when Cut Knife had an arcade and a main street.
we'll bring it back.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, so met Josh that way, and we spent years playing hockey together. We spent years skateboarding together. There was always this unspoken competition between the two of us that drove us to be just the great guys that we are today. And much love to Josh Waldner. Colton was always 1 year below us and all through high school. You know, we gave him a name.
Not that he was dumb, but he was just younger.
No,
in
he
age.
was smart.
He was smart.
Very smart. But
Very smart.
you know, razzing in high school, and we always gave him this name, Sheldon. I don't think he ever enjoyed it too much. Colton, Sheldon. But that he outgrew that, and then he was a guy that just always had a handle on everything, and I much respected him. And then when I lived in Saskatoon, he actually rented my basement and lived with me for a good 5 years, I would have to say, at least, and well, probably 4 to 5 years when my sister wasn't living in the basement suite no more, and went through a lot of good stories with Colton. And now it just so happens he lives literally 4 houses down the alley, and we got kids growing up the same age with the same initials, and it's the next Backsmore generation, man. It's pretty sweet. And Jody Dowd. Jody Dowd, met Jody. He was a couple of years older than me, but he jumped on the skateboard along with Linton Wakely. He's also a member. And, you know, there was epic moments in Josh Wallner's driveway, and that's how I became a carpenter, and I learned what I did, because me and Josh would just scavenge up lumber all over town.
And build the
We
ramp.
built quite, I'd have to say, we built quite the skate park in that driveway, and pushed out a dirty couch and just had that California surfer vibe all the time in the driveway, and just letting loose, and people would just cruise through town, and the rednecks, booze cruising. Much love to the rednecks, because they just pick us up, take us for a rip tear. We'll go for a rip, and I was like, yeah, go for a rip, and just go tearing down the back road, drink a sixer, drop us back off, and then we try to skateboard. Was always a nightmare, but you know, a lot of good times in that driveway, from Josh hitting his head pretty seriously to Colin Emerly seriously hurting himself daily. So, you know, but that's life, and that's what it's become. Even Jordan Wallner. You want to get into that one? That kid. I want
He's
that
a
kid.
Backsword member.
Yeah, he's a Backsword member. That's Josh's little brother. I remember that kid showing up in the world, and we're all 14 and got an attitude listening to Limp Bizkit. And here he comes Jordan, and we put him on a little banana board from Walmart right away. Got him riding ramps and this and that, and the kid's just the epitome of wasted talent. That guy, man, stepped the game up, man. The kid had so much skill at such a young age, but he, just like all of us, myself included, you know, take some time to learn those lessons in life and come to where you're at. So,
Yeah.
you know.
What about, you mentioned Colin Emberley. We'll do a little quick thing about the DFA, and that starts.
Oh yeah, so when I was 15, 16, we had this thing called the Shack in town. This is why I call this the Battle Shack, because the Shack in town was quite the place. We decked it out. It was this old shack in Ira Sachs's place, right off Main Street. We had the most biggest epic parties. We had a bunk bed in the back room of this shack, because it was a 3-parted room shack. A bunk bed with blinds in the top, where we may smoke some medicinal whatnot and sit behind the blinds and peek through during the party up on a couch. We put the couch on the top bed, on the top level of the bunk beds. We put a couch with the blinds, and then we hang a blanket below, and people would fool around down below, and we'd sit up top burning them, and we'd peek through the blinds and watch the party go on. Then another room, we had like a VIP section, which was a lot of lounge chairs and a lot of black lights and stuff where you could just like chill with your girls. And then the front room had a bar, and it also had a microphone that used to hang from the ceiling, and we started this BFA thing, and me and Colin Emberley. And Colin Emberley is quite the gifted producer, I must say, and even at such a young age, he self-taught himself, and we did record the most grimiest 16-year-old guys recording an album ever. And it did pretty well in our little community back in that day, you know, 2002, 2003, burning them off and handing them out, and it was quite the, I wouldn't change it. I put it in today, and it's like flipping through a photo album, you know what I'm saying?
That's what it is, yeah.
It's better than a photo album, because it brings you back to that place, that moment where you were 16 writing these really terrible rhymes, but you just stand behind them so greatly. It's I would never change it for the world. It's pretty good. So much love to Colin Emberley, man. Anytime you want to come to the Battle Shack, you're more than welcome. And that's also to Ira Sachs, to Tony Falcon. Rest in peace, Billy Francis, man. Rest in peace, man. That was a terrible accident. Work accident. Construction world is it's a dangerous thing. So, but you know, a lot of those MB guys too still kicking around. I bump into them all the time working there.
And all the Battle Axe guys that are part of the global movement, they're going to be a lot of guests coming in here for the next foreseeable future. As we said last week on our teaser video, there's going to be Josh Wallner and the whole division leader and everybody in between that to us. So between that, we will try and upload every Thursday at 8 p.m. Still, we're not going to mess around with that, and make sure just subscribe, and you're going to get more videos. So check out the whole social media.
Check out all my links, man. Please, if you really like what we're doing out here on the prairie, and you want to support Cut Knife, North Battleford Unity, and the hip hop scene, that we're trying to make a positive thing. There's no big thing with Baxter. If you didn't know this already, there's no drugs, there's no criminal activity. If you're caught with it, we ban you for life. And Rocco even says, we'll burn me shit, you know. And that's coming from the boss man. He says, no, you don't just save it and rehand it out to someone. It gets burned. So
it does.
It's for real. But we do take minutes. It's very organized. It's almost, I would compare it to a union, or like back in the day with the Goodfellows, stuff like that. So we are a gentleman's club, and there is a women's division. It's kind of in a rebuilding section, not taking new members, but just come to our meetings. We hold them in North Battleford at the pool hall downstairs on 101st there. And much respect and love to the owners of that place. Thank you you've been more than accommodating. We've thrown a few shows there even. So other than that, this is our first official Thirsty Thursdays. I've hoped you guys enjoyed it, and I'm
so just a final little. Okay, you chug it. I'll say check Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube, and what other? Yeah, we're on YouTube. Instagram. That's the big one that we do have.
And yeah, we'll see where this goes. If it gets better, you know, maybe we over time boost it to some live shows, and then we take some tweets from you guys. I'll start up a Twitter page here. We'll take some live tweets and questions when we do have a good guest, or you can ask myself throughout the week before we do the next one, and you know,
we'll make this a big thing. If you guys could help us make it, And then once we get this thing going, the EP for R2K comes out.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I'm working on that. Yeah, that'll be a
That'll
little
be the next
boyhood
thing. So
dream come true. And
check out next week. We'll discuss it. How about
Yeah, yeah. Next week we'll talk more about
talk
that.
all about the R2K, the new mix, the new EP that's coming out.
Yep. I'll fill you in on the tracks that are coming and what it is that I try to write my music about.
Yep, and all the origins of that.
All
So
right.
with that, we will say goodbye. I should finish my drink, and then
Cheers to Battle Axe. Peace.